Guard Harvey. And this is the last he's been seen. Joe Roller, still missing. Authorities do not have any new details on the whereabouts of Joe Roller. How?
Coast Guard.
Ocean, someone to make it look like there were waves and any serious.
I heard that. Well, that ain't good. You sure?
Yeah.
Because you know, he was always trying to reinvent himself. He kind of wanted to get away from it all, he said, and just take off and be a free spirit. I just can't imagine that he's actually dead.
Yeah, 6 months of road call tonight, 3,700. 16 Heavy, we're doing 190. Okay, Delta 16 Heavy.
Glad we found the twin.
Float 190 and we are clear.
Heading in for a Bayliner sailor. Just said it at the Coast Guard pulled.
But this is the kind of stuff we went out and hit them waves with, man. Had a lot of good times with old Joe.
How long you been serving with?
Jeez, 50 years? Yeah, at least 50 years, yeah. We was kids. We started out. California and Texas, Hawaii, all them places. And I think he kind of liked the taste of the wax.
Yeah, Joe was my climbing partner, actually. We spent a whole summer in the Southwest. We went from White Sands to Ghost Ranch, just doing all the big caves. It was incredible.
It's been on my mind we all know that Joe disappeared mysteriously. There are a lot of possibilities. Well, ever since the storm that just took him away. But I don't believe that. Joe was stealing that boat. And he could not have gotten away with it because God doesn't like people who steal boats at sea. It leaves other people in terrible situations. So God help you, Joe. Come on back when you can, if you can, but you may never be here again in good
Out
shape.
here, they're still doing search and rescue.
Freeway.
Call Joe.
So Joe, he, let's see, what else did he say? Yeah, a lot of it was very, it's pretty psychedelic.
What about the health stuff to that? You know.
Did you
Is this a drive stop?
He was down the coast during Harvey, and it's the last he's been seen. Joe Roller, still missing. Authorities do not have any new details on the whereabouts of Joe Roller.
Joe Roller? I hate him. Him and all his little secrets. Always saying he's going to scoop treasure from the sea floor. You think I don't know where Joe has disappeared to? Well, I'll tell you. After all, I have no interest in self-control. I hate him. May the saints take him. And by that, I mean Corpus Christi. That's where you'll find Joe Roller and his little boat. Most assists would not do this.
How, that's weird. Actually, the same day that David died, it was actually 6 or 7 years later when we buried Richard on the same date. It's like, fuck, that's weird.
It is weird. Take it over my head, John. My mind. Waiting.
I was his ex back then. Of course, I haven't seen him or heard from him in years. I heard something about him going out to the coast. California, I think. And I saw some pictures on his Facebook. That was back when Facebook was new and a really big deal. What's the new thing now? Twittergram? Oh, I don't know. I think he went out there with that chick. Of course, she and I didn't get along. Heck, she was stealing him from me, so what do you expect?
Last time I saw Joe, we were on tour out in the middle of nowhere. It's like his grandma died or something. He had to leave tour. But I haven't heard much of him since. I know he was a writer, you know, not as good as me, but he wrote this ballad. I don't think he ever recorded it, but it's all he talked about before he left tour. We were like out in the middle of Pecos, out in the middle of nowhere, Pecos, Texas. It's a dump, just dirt everywhere, an old oil town. Yeah, he just said, Grandma died, gotta go. So, that was it. That was the last of Joe, that, as far as I know.
Finding comfort in our past romances. Tired.
You say he died. Well, I wonder, did they ever find a body? Did he die of natural causes? No body. I don't think he's dead, man. I think he probably just faked his death. That's what I'd think he did. Yeah, I can't imagine Joe going down, man.
You know, he ruffled a lot of feathers down on the causeway. You know, he was an avid birder. You know, if you would not want to cross him about saving turtles or birds or nature and such, you know, he would go down there, that city council in Rockport, and you know, he would just be protesting and raising hell about all they were doing with you know, the causeway and trying to build that bridge and the condos that would hurt the bird population. I remember he got real involved in all that, but right after he moved down there, you know, marriage got the best of him. But that feller, he was a birder. He was a birder.
Alright, I can't believe we're still stuck out here. They warned us we should be out here after dark. What do you think about that?
But he didn't know Hurricane Harvey was coming. He did not know that. And even though he thought he might be faking his death, he might really died on that boat. They found the boat, they found his gear. Even though that's the strange thing is him getting, or me getting the text, apparently from his phone. The guy was ex-Navy. The guy was a good swimmer. He was a lifeguard in Port A for a couple of years. I used to swim and fish out there. I don't believe somehow something's fishy.
She was thrown into that with a lot
Alright,
of
I can't
force.
believe we're still stuck out here. They warned us we should be out here after dark. What do you think about that?
I mean, his granddaddy had caves up at their ranch in Round Rock, Texas, in the hill country. And I mean, I think that's where he learned to be a caver.
They built all this. Somebody told me, the stranger who came out here told me it used to be like a hippie commune. So supposedly Sam Bass, famous Texas bank robber, allegedly hid his loot in a cave, digging out the rocks out of the cave so that they could find Sam Bass's buried treasure.
Oh, I know that.
But I will tell you, anytime we can get him at Comic-Con, we've had Adam West. He's amazing.
Oh, he is.
Amazing.
But yeah, and later they gave him parades and stuff. So Austin, you know, it's a Batmobile.
So it's a Bat capital.
Is up. These three girls were the only girls on the ride at the time. This was
And it is Kansas City. That with him faking his death, trying to fake his death, so he doesn't have to pay child support or
He didn't want the usual just old age, bust, old age makeup. He wanted, for some reason, to be kind of young. And I said, and I tell him, that's big bucks. I don't know. That kind of sounds like Natalie Wood and Robert Wagner again. The little skipper boat or whatever that boat they were. Now he throws me a couple hundred. Here, this is a little thing I did of him, goop. But there's the evidence. And here he is behind here. See. This is the head cap. But man, he was determined to get it, and I couldn't quite figure out why. I mean,
Yeah, a lot of it was very. It's pretty psychedelic. What about the health?
Just wanted to give you a little message to let you know I am still alive and living in Joe. It's a big hoax.
He was then pronounced dead at a local hospital.
So he gives me this. See? What am I supposed to do with this?
Joe was, well, everybody here today, partly because they knew Joe so well or they loved him, and they're very conscious of the fact that he's left us.
Well, if he's dead, here's to Joe. He liked his beer. Yeah.
Go totally off the grid, and it just never worked out for him. And I think that's the same time that he decided to go off and follow the Dead on their last tour.
You cheat just to feel love, but you never think about the one that has your back. When life goes wrong, she never lets you down. She was someone like you, not a drunken one-night ego boo. She said forever, but that came too soon. She never let you down, and she won't back down, and she threw you out, and this last goodbye is forever. And she won't back down, and she threw you out, and this last goodbye is forever.